Alright, first things first on this bad boy. First things first. Wipe is still off. Peace, everyone. This is Kashim with the 45 Fitness and Strength channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. This is part 2 in my series that a subscriber requested on training the power lifts at Planet Fitness. The squat video is already up. I'll put a link to that in the description box. Here in the bench press video, we're starting off with what I believe is the most important thing about setting up for the bench press, and that is actually setting up the bench press, the bench itself, and getting yourself in proper position for two things. First and foremost, save your shoulders, because doing the flat bench on the Smith machine can cause you shoulder problems if you rotate your shoulders inward or at an angle that really that they're not supposed to rotate in. In fact, if you happen to be watching this video and you're doing the flat bench press in a Smith machine at Planet Fitness or elsewhere for the purpose of hypertrophy, not necessarily trying to train for powerlifting, then I would not, first of all, I would not even do the flat bench over other exercises. Two, if I was going to do the flat bench for hypertrophy, then I would not touch the bar to my chest. And I would not recommend that you touch the bar to your chest. I'll get into that in another video because I don't want to get too much into hypertrophy here. Suffice to say that you want to maintain the health of your shoulders. What I'm showing you here is a little bit about the setup of the bench. This is a bird's eye view of how far back I have the bench set up when I'm on it. I'm 5 feet 8 inches to give you a point of reference on how tall I am compared to where I'm putting the bench. And also, if you are at Planet Fitness specifically, they have two different types of benches. The adjustable one you see on the right, the straight flat bench you see on the left. Notice that one is higher, the adjustable bench is actually higher off the ground than the other. So that needs to come into play when you decide which bench you want to use. The second thing that you have to keep in mind, to me, is where you want the bar to be. Do you want to focus on where you touch the bar to your chest or where the bar finishes when you're locked out? To me, it's more important when you're benching in the Smith machine to have the bar touch where you would normally touch if you're benching in with a free barbell than it is to be worried about having the bar in the right position or the same position rather that it would be when you lock out. You see the track on the Smith machine. At Planet Fitness, their Smith machines have an angled track. There are many Smith machines, if you're somewhere else, that may have a completely vertical up and down track. Either way, for most of the bench pressers I have seen at powerlifting meets, the track on a Smith machine does not mimic the natural bar path that most people have. So you have two choices. You can either make sure that the bar locks out where you normally lock it out, or you can make sure the bar touches where you normally touch, because you want something in training to be close to or the same as what you're doing at the meet. Now for where the bar locks out, let's say if you go that route, then think of where it's going to touch when you do bring it down. Most people seem to lock it, most people I've seen seem to lock the bar out somewhere over their face or neck. So if you were to bring that bar down, because the path is fixed, you're going to touch it to your face or your neck or somewhere, across, very high on your chest. And that's just not going to work. So it's much safer to train to your touch point, whether that's low on your chest, middle of your chest. It's much safer to train to that point. And even though your lockout is probably going to be farther forward, meaning away from your head, close to your feet, farther forward than it normally is with a free bar, I think you'll be able to make that adjustment once you actually get some practice in on the free bar and doing it at the meet. You should be fine. I didn't have any trouble with carrying that over, but I think that if I'd been worried about where I lock out, I really would have had trouble. So that's why at the beginning you saw me spending all that time setting up the bench. It really doesn't take that long. The more you do it, the easier it would be to engage where you need to put the bench. But you want to put it in a spot that is going to allow you to repeat these reps to your touch point every time. Other than that, I would not recommend doing anything else different from what you normally do when you bench. Set up on the bench the same way, put your feet in the same place, arch like you normally would. Whatever you normally do that. Use your normal grip width. And if you need to, as you see me doing in many of these sets, especially the heavier the weight gets, if you need to adjust your shoulder position on the bench, because these benches are really not that good. I'm not just talking about my performance of the bench press. I mean the actual bench you're laying on. But to me, they're a little narrow, and I'm not even a very wide person. If you don't feel comfortable after you've taken the bar off the hooks, then you can safely adjust your shoulders, because you can actually use the track to kind of push the bar into it. It's not a free bar that's relying entirely on you to keep suspended over your face without killing yourself. You can use the track to your advantage to get yourself in position like you see me doing there, and then you should be good to go. Make sure to tuck those elbows in. Don't flare out too much with your elbows. That's going to help your shoulders stay healthy also. That's basically it as far as the mechanics of benching in the Smith machine. If you've got something out of this, please help my channel out by giving this video a like. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and feel free to leave any questions or suggestions in the comments section. I appreciate all of it, negative or positive. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.